My precious child, stop for a moment and listen to the vibration of my voice echoing through the silence of your soul. Do not scroll away, and do not let the distractions of this world pull your eyes from this screen, for this is not a coincidence or a random turn of an algorithm. This is a divine appointment, a secret order sent directly from the throne of grace to your heart at this exact second of your existence. I have watched you searching. I have seen you wandering through the digital wilderness looking for a sign, a spark of hope, or a reason to keep going. I am that sign. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning of your journey and the glorious end of your struggle. Today, the heavens are parting just to reach you, because the situation you are facing requires my direct intervention. You have felt a heaviness in the air, a sense of impending conflict that you cannot quite name. But I am here to tell you that I am the shield that stands between you and the darkness. You are the chosen one, and because of the light I've placed within you, the shadows have grown restless. The enemy is near circling like a roaring lion, seeking to devour your peace and steal your destiny. But he has forgotten one thing: you belong to me. I've carved your name into the palms of my hands, and no force in the universe can pluck you from my protection. This message is your spiritual briefing, a sacred warning, and a promise of victory rolled into one. I know you are tired. I know you feel as though you are fighting a battle on 1,000 fronts, but I am calling you to stand still and watch as I move the mountains that have blocked your path. Before I reveal the deep mysteries of the blessing that is coming to you, I need you to declare your presence in this sanctuary of light. Do not stay hidden in the shadows of doubt. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 707 right now in the comments to open the gates of heaven over your life and signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready to receive the fire of my favor. If you believe in my power and the absolute authority of my word, then take this moment to seal your commitment to the path I have set before you. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. Do not see this as a mere click, but as a prophetic act of faith, a way to join this family of believers and claim the shield of protection I am extending over your household. By doing so, you are telling the enemy that your house is built upon the rock and that you will no longer walk this journey alone. This is your invitation to stay connected to the flow of my spirit, for I have much more to reveal to you in the moments to come. I am about to expose the traps that have been set for you and show you the way to a wealth and a peace that passes all understanding. Your subscription is your entry into a covenant of light where you will never again have to wonder if I am listening, for my words will find you whenever you need them most. Listen closely, my beloved, for the urgency of this hour cannot be overstated. You have been chosen for such a time as this, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. The enemy fears your awakening more than anything else, because he knows that once you realize who you are in me, his reign of terror in your life is over. I am stripping away the veil of confusion that has clouded your vision. I am whispering into the depths of your spirit. Be bold, be courageous, and do not be afraid of the arrows that fly by day or the pestilence that stalks in the darkness. I am your refuge and your fortress. As we move deeper into this revelation, I will show you exactly why you have been suffering and how I am turning every tear you have shed into a seed for a harvest, so great you will not have room enough to contain it. The battle is mine, but the victory is yours to claim. My precious child, I want you to know that I have been a silent witness to every moment of your hidden sorrow. I was there in the long, exhausting hours of the night when the rest of the world was fast asleep, and you were left alone with nothing but the echoing silence and your own racing thoughts. I saw you toss and turn, unable to find rest as the weight of your worries pressed down upon your spirit like a heavy stone. I watched every single tear that escaped your eyes and rolled down your cheeks, soaking into your pillow while you tried to stifle your sobs so that no one else would hear. You thought you were alone in those moments of profound isolation, but I was closer to you than your very breath. Every sigh of exhaustion, every whispered plea for help that barely left your lips, I heard them all. I have bottled every tear you shed, for not a single one is wasted in my kingdom. I know the depth of the pain you hide behind that brave smile you wear for the world during the day. I see the weariness in your soul that sleep cannot cure, and I am here to tell you that I have never once looked away from your struggle. You are never invisible to me, especially when you feel the most forgotten. I've seen that tightness in your chest, that sharp ache of anxiety that comes when you think about the future or the burdens you are currently carrying. There are moments when the air feels too thin and the walls of your life feel as though they are closing in on you, leaving you breathless and overwhelmed. You have asked me why in the darkness, wondering if I have forgotten you or if your prayers have simply fallen on deaf ears. But I tell you, now my chosen one, that your cries have reached the very center of my heart. I saw the moments when you felt completely misunderstood by everyone around you, even by those who claim to love you. I saw you carry the weight of expectations that were never meant for your shoulders, and I saw the exhaustion that has settled deep into your bones. You have been lacing up your boots every morning to fight a battle that no one else can see, and you have done it with a strength that you didn't even know you possessed. That strength did not come from you. It was my grace sustaining you even when you felt like you were at your breaking point. I saw you when you were ready to give up, when you felt like you had nothing left to give, and I was the one who held you upright. Do not be ashamed of those tears, for they are the language of a soul that is being refined in the fire. In the kingdom of heaven, your vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the gateway through which my power enters your life. I am the great physician, and I am reaching out right now to touch those wounds that you have kept hidden from the world. I am smoothing over the jagged edges of your heart and pouring the oil of my peace into every crack and crevice of your being. The season of crying in the dark is coming to an end. I'm turning your mourning into dancing and your sorrow into a joy that no man can take away. You may have sown in tears, but I promise you that you shall reap in shouts of victory. Remember, the darkest hour of the night is always just before the dawn, and your dawn is breaking right now. Trust me with your pain, for I am the God who redeems, restores, and remembers. Your silent suffering has not gone unnoticed, and your reward is being prepared, even as I speak these words to you. Rest in me now, for I am your comfort and your eternal light. Everything you have lost in the dark will be found in the light of my presence, and I will make every tear worth the joy that is coming. My child, I have walked beside you through the valleys of rejection and the stinging pain of betrayal. I saw the look in your eyes when you realized that those you once called friends, those you shared your heart and your table with, had turned their backs on you. I watched as the people you helped, the ones you lifted up when they were at their lowest, became the very ones to cast stones at your character when you weren't looking. It is a peculiar pain, isn't it, to be wounded in the house of your friends? I want you to know that I felt every sharp edge of that betrayal alongside you. I was there when the whispers started behind your back, when the secrets you shared in confidence were used as weapons against you. You wondered why your circle became so small, why the people you thought would be there forever suddenly vanished when the storms got loud. But I tell you, it was my hand that thinned the herd. I saw the hidden motives, the jealousy, and the double-mindedness that they tried to hide from you. I removed them not to punish you, but to protect the sacred destiny I have placed inside you. As you feel the weight of these words, realize that you are not being abandoned, but rather you are being refined. Before I take you to the next level of your calling, I want to invite you to join this family of believers who understand the path of the chosen one. If you can feel my spirit moving right now, take a moment to press the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of signaling to the heavens that you are ready to let go of the toxic ties of the past and embrace the divine connections I am preparing for you. By subscribing, you are planting yourself in a garden of light where your soul will be nourished daily. Do not walk this path of isolation alone. Let this community be the shield of support you have been searching for. Your agreement with this message through your like and subscription is a prophetic step toward the new season of loyalty and favor that I am opening for you right now. Being the chosen one often means walking a path of divine isolation. You have felt like an outsider in your own family, a stranger among people who should know you best. I've seen you sit at gatherings feeling completely alone, surrounded by voices that do not speak the language of your spirit. They call you strange, they call you too much, or they mock the very faith that keeps you alive. I heard the lies they spread about your intentions and the way they tried to dim your light just because it made them uncomfortable. Many have used your kindness as a weakness, taking what you gave freely and then acting as though you owed them more. But listen to my voice. Their rejection is my protection. Every door they closed on you was a door I locked from the inside to keep you from walking into a trap. Every bridge they burned was a bridge I allowed to fall so that the enemies on the other side could no longer reach you. You're not lonely. You're set apart. I am your vindicator. I'm the one who will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun. While they were busy plotting your downfall, I was busy planning your promotion. While they were talking about you, I was talking to the angels about you. I've seen your integrity, how you chose to remain silent and gracious, even when you had every right to defend yourself. I have seen how you prayed for those who spitefully used you even through your own pain. That my child is the mark of a true chosen one. Because you have been faithful in the face of betrayal, I'm going to prepare a table for you in the presence of those very enemies. They will have no choice but to witness the favor I am pouring over your life. I am replacing the false friends with divine connections, people who will sharpen you, honor you, and walk with you into the abundance I have promised. Let the bitterness go. Wash your heart of the resentment that the enemy wants to use to poison your soul. I am your truest friend, and I will never leave you. My beloved child, I see the weight you carry in your very bones. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix, a weariness of the soul that comes from being a light in a dark world. I have watched you wake up morning after morning, forcing a breath into your lungs when your heart felt like lead. You have been running a race that seems to have no finish line, pouring yourself out until there is nothing left but an empty vessel. I see those moments when you sit in your car or stand in the shower, letting the water hide your tears, asking me how much longer you must endure this. You feel like a candle burning at both ends, giving warmth to everyone else while you yourself are shivering in the cold. This soul fatigue is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you have been carrying the burdens of a kingdom while still walking on the earth. I see the invisible battles you fight just to stay upright, the mental gymnastics you perform to stay positive when everything around you screams defeat. You are tired of being the strong one, tired of being the one everyone leans on, and tired of the constant friction that comes with your calling. You often feel as though you are lacing up your boots to lunge into a river that is flowing fiercely against you. Every step you take feels like it requires 10 times the effort of those around you. You look at others who seem to glide through life with ease while you struggle for every inch of progress. This is the reality of the chosen one. You are swimming upstream against the current of a world that is moving in the opposite direction of my spirit. The resistance you feel is not an accident. It is the friction of destiny. The very air seems thicker around you because you carry a weight of glory that the atmosphere of this world is not used to. I know you have contemplated walking away, letting the current take you and just being normal for once. But even when you felt like letting go something inside you, a small persistent ember of faith refuse to die. That is not your own willpower, my child. That is my breath blowing on the coals of your spirit, keeping you alive. When the floods try to drown you, you are not falling apart. You are being broken open so that the greatness I placed within you can finally flow out. The enemy wants you to believe that this exhaustion is your end, that you have reached the limits of your capacity, and that you will eventually crumble under the pressure. But I tell you, you are not breaking, you are becoming. The very pressure that makes your soul feel weary is the same pressure that turns carbon into diamonds. I am expanding your capacity to hold the blessing that is coming. You are being built for a weight of glory that would crush a lesser person. Think of the hidden season of a seed. It must endure the dark, the cold, and the crushing weight of the earth before it can break through into the sunlight. You are in that sacred moment of breakthrough. Your weariness is the labor pain of your destiny. I am your source of supernatural stamina. When you feel you cannot take another step, I am the one who carries you. When you feel your mind is fraying, I am the peace that transcends all understanding. Do not mistake this season of struggle for a season of abandonment. I'm closer to you in your weakness than I am in your strength, for my power is made perfect in your inability. Hold on just a little longer, for the wind is about to change, and the current that has been against you will soon become the force that carries you to your shore of victory. My dear child, I see the shadows that dance in the corners of your mind. I know the voices that whisper to you when the lights go out, those cold, hollow voices that tell you that you are not enough, that you have failed too many times, and that my love has finally reached its limit for you. This is the face of the enemy in your mind. He does not always come with horns and fire. Often he comes as your own voice, echoing your deepest insecurities and magnifying your smallest mistakes. He tells you that your dreams are delusions and that the calling you feel in your soul is just a figment of your imagination. I have watched you wrestle with these thoughts, trying to push them back, only for them to return with more weight. I am here to expose these whispers for what they truly are. Desperate lies from a defeated foe who is terrified of what will happen when you finally believe me over him. He sows seeds of doubt because he knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can paralyze your future. He uses your past as a prison, reminding you of the things I've already forgiven and forgotten. The enemy tries to convince you that you are damaged goods or that you are behind in life, making you look at others and feel a crushing sense of inadequacy. But I am the God of time and restoration, and I do not measure your progress by the world's clock. Before we proceed to the deep revelation of your true position, I want you to perform a spiritual reset. Stop everything you are doing for just a moment. Take a deep, slow breath right now. Feel the oxygen filling your lungs as my light begins to wrap around your mind like a warm golden cloak. Let the tension in your shoulders drop. As you exhale, release those toxic lies and the mental clutter that has been suffocating your joy. You are not what the voices say you are. You are not the sum of your mistakes or the victim of your circumstances. You are who I say you are. My beloved, my masterpiece, my warrior. This breath is a reminder that I am the one who gives you life, and as long as I am breathing into you, the enemy has no claim over your peace. I am dismantling the strongholds of negativity that have been built up over years of disappointment and trauma. Every thought that tells you it's too late is a lie. Every thought that tells you that you are alone is a fabrication designed to make you stop praying. I'm clearing the fog from your consciousness so that you can see the truth that I am for you. And if I am for you, no thought, no person, and no entity can stand against you. The enemy wants your mind to be a graveyard of dead dreams, but I am making it a garden of divine inspiration and creative power. I am giving you the mind of Christ, a mind of peace, power, and a sound spirit. You are being realigned with the frequency of heaven even as you hear my voice. The war for your mind is won not by your own frantic shouting, but by your quiet, yielding to my truth. Quiet the noise and listen to my whisper. You are exactly where you need to be to receive the miracle I'm about to give. The enemy's face is fading and my glory is rising in its place. My beloved child, there is a question that has been echoing in the hallways of your heart, a question you have whispered in your moments of deepest despair. Why me? Why does it seem that for every step forward you are pushed 2 steps back? Why do you face trials that others seem to bypass effortlessly? Why does the darkness seem so persistent in its pursuit of your peace? I want you to understand a fundamental truth of the spiritual realm. The darkness does not attack what is already dead or empty. It only attacks what poses a threat to its dominion. You are being targeted because you carry a light that is rare in this world. Think of a lighthouse on a rocky shore. It does not just guide the ships home, but its very existence exposes the jagged edges of the shadows. The enemy is not fighting you because you are weak. He is fighting you because of the immense potential I have locked inside your spirit. He is terrified of the moment you truly realize who you are, for on that day, his influence over your life and your lineage will be shattered forever. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness simply by existing. You have been chosen because you possess a spiritual frequency that vibrates with the resonance of heaven. Within your DNA, I have woven the blueprints of a pioneer, a breaker of chains, and a restorer of paths. The reason you have felt like an outsider, even among your own kin, is because I have separated you for a higher purpose. You are a bloodline breaker. For generations, your family may have been plagued by cycles of poverty, addiction, depression, or broken relationships. The enemy has held that territory for a long time, and he thought he had a permanent lease on your lineage. But then you were born. You were the one I destined to stand in the gap and say no further. Because you carry the fire of my spirit, the darkness is desperately trying to extinguish your flame before it can spread to those around you. The intensity of your struggle is directly proportional to the magnitude of the breakthrough you are about to bring to your entire family tree. You are not just fighting for yourself, you are fighting for the generations that will come after you. The enemy sees the crown I've placed upon your head even when you only see the thorns of your current circumstances. He knows that if he can keep you focused on your pain, you will never look up to see your power. He uses the people around you, the circumstances of your life, and even the thoughts in your head to try and convince you that you are nothing special. But I tell you, you are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar treasure. The very thing that makes you different, your sensitivity, your deep empathy, your unwavering sense of justice is what makes you dangerous to the shadows. Light naturally attracts darkness, but it does so only to overcome it. You are not placed in the fire to be consumed. You are placed there to be tempered like the finest steel. The heat you feel is not the heat of destruction, it is the heat of preparation. I am refining your character so that it is strong enough to carry the weight of the blessing I'm about to release. Do not look at your battle as a sign of my absence. Look at it as a confirmation of my choice. If you are not important to my plan, the enemy would leave you alone. The fact that you are being contested proves that you are carrying something of immense value. You are like a vessel carrying a secret treasure through a land of thieves. Of course there will be ambushes, and of course the journey will be treacherous. But remember this, I am the one who commissioned your journey, and I am the one who will ensure your arrival. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a strategic weapon in my hands. Every tear you have shed has been a drop of oil for your lamp. Every disappointment has been a lesson in spiritual warfare. You are being trained to rule, to lead, and to manifest my kingdom on earth. Stop asking, why me, and start declaring, it is me. Accept the call, embrace the light, and watch as the darkness that once pursued you begins to flee from the glory that I am rising upon you. Your life is not an accident. It is a divine assignment that the enemy is powerless to stop. My child, I want to pull back the veil and show you the true nature of the resistance you have been feeling. You have often looked at the people who hurt you, the bosses who overlooked you, or the family members who criticized you, and you thought they were the source of your pain. But I tell you, your battle is not against flesh and blood. Behind the faces of those who oppose you are invisible forces and ancient schemes designed to keep you from my purpose. There are spiritual entities that have watched your lineage for generations, looking for a way to stop the light from breaking through. They have noticed the shift in your spirit, and they have been working tirelessly to construct a web of delays, distractions, and discouragement around you. They use the pride of others, the jealousy of the insecure, and the bitterness of the broken to try and slow your pace. I have seen these invisible archers aiming their arrows at your heart, trying to puncture your faith before you can reach the gate of your breakthrough. You are not paranoid, you are perceptive. That gut feeling you have is my spirit warning you that there is more going on than meets the eye. I have seen the way some people around you seem to drain your energy the moment they walk into the room. They smile to your face, but in the secret places of their hearts, they are hoping for your stumble. This is not because you have done them wrong, but because the light you carry exposes the darkness they refuse to let go of. They are energy vampires sent by the enemy to keep you in a state of perpetual exhaustion. They come with urgent problems that are not yours to solve, and they use guilt as a hook to keep you tethered to their dysfunction. I have watched them whisper about your luck or your sudden changes, refusing to acknowledge the sacrifices you have made in the secret place with me. The enemy is jealous of with the intimacy we share, so he uses those closest to you to plant seeds of doubt. He wants you to believe that if you were truly chosen, life would be easier. But I tell you, the intensity of the opposition is the greatest confirmation of your value. A thief does not break into an empty house. He only targets the house filled with gold. The most subtle scheme of the invisible enemy is the tactic of divine diversion. He knows he cannot stop me from blessing you, so he tries to make you too busy or too stressed to notice the door when I open it. He fills your schedule with good things to keep you from the best things. He brings up ghosts from your past, old lovers, old habits, old regrets, just when you're about to step into a new level of authority. I have seen you get caught in the loops of what if and if only, wasting your precious spiritual energy on battles I never asked you to fight. The enemy wants you to focus on the storm so that you stop walking on the water. He wants you to look at the lack in your bank account so that you forget the abundance in my hand. But I am here to break the spell of his illusions. I am sharpening your discernment so that you can see through the smoke and mirrors. I am teaching you when to speak and when to remain silent, when to engage and when to simply walk away. Do not be intimidated by these schemes, for I am the Lord of hosts, and I have already seen every move the enemy will ever make. To me, his complex plans are like dust in the wind. I am the one who sits above the circle of the earth, and I laugh at the foolishness of those who think they can thwart my decree. While the enemy is playing a game of shadows, I am moving the pieces of the universe to bring you into your wealthy place. Every trap they have set for you will become a stepping stone for your promotion. Every word spoken against you will be used as evidence of my favor when I vindicate you before the world. I am your shield and your great reward. You do not need to fear the invisible, for you are hidden in the hollow of my hand. The light within you is not just a decoration, it is a weapon. As you continue to yield to my spirit, that light will become so bright that the darkness will have no choice but to retreat. The schemes are being dismantled even now, and the path is being cleared for your arrival. Trust my vision, for I see the end from the beginning, and in the end, you are standing on the neck of your enemy. My precious child, do you realize that the blood flowing through your spiritual veins is not of this world? You have spent so much time trying to fit into boxes that were never designed to hold your magnitude. You have looked in the mirror and seen a face of exhaustion, but when I look at you, I see the reflection of my own glory. You are not a commoner walking through the halls of history. You are a royal child of the Most High, an heir to a throne that no earthly power can overthrow. I have placed within you a spiritual DNA that carries the blueprints of victory, resilience, and divine authority. You are not created to live a life of mediocrity, constantly begging for scraps of validation from people who do not even understand their own purpose. You are destined to rule in the midst of your enemies, to speak with a voice that commands the elements, and to walk with a presence that shifts the atmosphere of every room you enter. Stop trying to dim your light to make others feel comfortable. Your position is not one of pride, but of profound responsibility and divine appointment. You are my ambassador on this earth, and you carry the full weight and backing of the kingdom of heaven behind every word you speak in my name. You have often felt like a stranger in your own skin, a nomad wandering through a world that speaks a language you cannot quite master. This feeling of being an outsider is not a curse. It is the evidence of your citizenship in a higher realm. The mundane things that satisfy others, the shallow pursuits of fame, the fleeting joy of material gain, leave you feeling empty because you were made for substance. You were made for the deep things of the spirit. This world is a temporary assignment, a training ground where you are learning to wield the authority I have bestowed upon you. You are not behind in life. You are being aligned with a celestial timing that transcends the rat race of humanity. Every struggle you have faced was designed to strip away the worldly attachments that would have hindered your ascent. You are being positioned right now in this very moment to take your place in the vanguard of my army. The isolation you have felt was my way of pulling you into the secret place so that I could whisper the secrets of the kingdom into your ear. You are a holy nation, a set-apart people, and the very air you breathe should remind you that you are under the jurisdiction of my grace, not the laws of lack and limitation. Because of your high position, the enemy has targeted you with precision. But I tell you, he cannot touch the essence of who you are. To maintain your position, you must be vigilant and prepared for the spiritual climate of this hour. Put on the full armor of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. This is not a suggestion. It is your royal mandate. Gird your waist with the truth of my word, so that the lies of the enemy cannot find a foothold in your identity. Put on the breastplate of righteousness to guard your heart from the bitterness and resentment that seek to poison your flow. Shod your feet with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace, so that wherever you step, the ground is reclaimed for the kingdom. Take up the shield of faith with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. These arrows of doubt, fear, and shame are nothing compared to the impenetrable barrier of my faithfulness. Your position is secure as long as you remain hidden in me. I am the potter, and you are the clay. I am shaping you into a vessel of honor, fit for the Master's use, capable of carrying the heavy weight of the blessing that is about to be released upon your life. You are now moving into a phase of your journey where your position will become evident to all who have doubted you. The authority I've given you is not for show, it is for the liberation of others. As you walk in your royal identity, you will begin to see chains fall off those around you, simply by the power of your presence. You are a portal between heaven and earth, a channel through which my healing, my provision, and my wisdom flow. Do not shrink back into the shadows of your former self. The old you died in the waters of your trials, and the new you is rising with a crown that cannot be stolen. You are seated with me in heavenly places, far above all principality, power, might, and dominion. This is your reality. This is your truth. Walk with your head held high, not out of arrogance, but out of the quiet confidence of a child who knows their father owns the universe. The battle for your identity is over. I have won it. Now simply occupy the space I have cleared for you. You are the chosen one, and your time of hiding is at an end. Stand firm, for the King is with you, and the victory is already written in the stars. My beloved child, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and breathe in the peace that I am breathing into this room. You have felt exposed, haven't you? You have felt as though you were standing in an open field while the arrows of life rain down from every direction, with nowhere to hide and no one to cover you. But I am here to open your spiritual eyes to the reality that surrounds you. You are not standing alone. You are encased in an impenetrable shield of my glory, a celestial fortress that no weapon of the enemy can pierce. Even now, as you listen to my voice, I have stationed a legion of angelic sentinels around your home, your workplace, and your children. They stand with flaming swords drawn, marking the boundaries of your life as holy ground. The darkness may press against this barrier, it may howl and threaten, but it cannot cross the line I have drawn. I am a wall of fire around you, and I am the glory in your midst. You have survived things that should have destroyed you, not by luck, but because my hand was moving in the unseen to deflect blows you didn't even know were coming. I have been your silent bodyguard, your midnight watchman, and your eternal refuge. The enemy may be close enough for you to hear his whispers, but I am closer still. I am the very air in your lungs and the strength in your heart. I want you to take a stand right now against the spirit of fear that has tried to paralyze your destiny. If you believe that I am your protector and that no power can overcome the light within you, do not remain silent. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. This is more than a digital interaction. It is a declaration to the principalities and powers that you have chosen your side. By joining this family of light, you are telling the darkness that you are no longer an easy target. You are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to walk under the shadow of my wings and that you trust me to lead you through the fire. When you press that subscribe button, you are anchoring yourself in a community of faith that will sharpen your spirit and reinforce the shield around your life. Do not let the enemy isolate you any longer. Claim your place in the army of the chosen. I have seen you checking the locks at night, both on your doors and on your heart. I have seen the way you worry about the safety of those you love, fearing that the tragedies of the world will find their way to your doorstep. But listen to my decree. I have placed a seal of blood over the doorposts of your life. Just as the plague passed over the houses in the days of old, the destruction that is falling upon the world will not take root in your household. I am protecting your finances from the devourer. I am protecting your body from the pestilence that walks in darkness, and I am protecting your mind from the poison of despair. I've gone before you to level the mountains and behind you to guard your rear. You are walking in a divine bubble of protection that the world cannot understand and the enemy cannot explain. When you feel that sudden peace in the middle of a crisis, that is my shield catching the impact. When you narrowly avoid a disaster, that is my hand steering you away. You are the apple of my eye, and I protect my own with a jealousy that knows no bounds. This shield is not just for your survival, it is for your advancement. Because you are protected, you can afford to be bold. You can walk into lions' dens and come out without a scratch. You can walk through the fire and not even smell of smoke. I am training you to stand firm while the world shakes, for you are built on a foundation that is eternal. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Read that again in your spirit. It doesn't say the weapon won't be formed, and it doesn't say the weapon won't be aimed. It says it will not prosper. It will hit the shield of my faithfulness and shatter into 1,000 pieces. The very tools the enemy designed to break you will be the materials I use to build your throne. You are fireproof not because of your own strength, but because you are hidden in Christ. Relax your shoulders, let go of the tension in your mind, and trust that I am the captain of your soul. Your defense is handled, your victory is secured. The enemy can watch from the outside, but he can never get in. You are safe, you are secure, you are mine. My child, listen to the sound of the gavel falling in the highest courts of heaven. For a long time you have watched in silence as the wicked seemed to prosper, as those who lied about you were promoted, and as those who sought your harm walked away without consequence. You have felt the sting of injustice, wondering if I had turned a blind eye to the arrows shot at your back. But I tell you today, I am the righteous judge, and the season of my silence has come to an end. The scales of justice are being balanced at this very moment. I've seen every smirk of those who thought they had defeated you, and I have heard every whispered conspiracy against your name. I have allowed them to reach the peak of their pride only so that their fall would serve as a testament to my power. Do not seek revenge, for vengeance is mine, and I am far more thorough than you could ever be. I am stepping into the courtroom of your life to deliver a verdict that will leave your enemies speechless and your heart in awe of my faithfulness. I have seen the pits that were dug for you in the secret places of your workplace, your social circles, and even within your family. They waited for you to stumble, they set the snare with precision, and they celebrated prematurely, thinking you were caught. But I am the God who turns the tables. Look closely, for a divine shift is occurring. The very trap they set for your feet has become the pit into which they are now falling. The malice they intended for your destruction is being redirected back to its source, not because I delight in suffering, but because I must protect the sanctity of my chosen ones. Those who try to ruin your reputation will find their own words coming back to haunt them. Those who tried to steal your peace will find themselves in a storm of their own making. I'm removing the mask of those who pretended to be for you while working against you. The darkness they thought was a cloak is being stripped away by the blinding light of my truth. You have been like a lamb among wolves, but you forgot that the Lion of Judah is your father. I have watched you endure the trial by fire with a grace that could only come from me. Because you did not return evil for evil, because you kept your heart pure even when it was being trampled, I'm now releasing a decree of vindication. I'm making your innocence shine like the dawn. The very people who look down on you will soon have to look up to see the position I'm placing you in. I'm preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, not so you can gloat, but so they can see that no human hand can stop what I have blessed. They will see the oil of favor pouring over your head, and they will realize too late that when they touched you, they touched the apple of my eye. The opposition you faced was the fuel I used to launch you into your next level of authority. The judgment I am executing is not just a removal of enemies, but a restoration of everything they tried to take. Every hour of sleep they stole through stress, every dollar they diverted through deceit, and every ounce of joy they tried to quench, I am demanding it back with interest. The spiritual atmosphere is clearing. The heavy cloud of oppression that has been hanging over your life is dissipating because the source of that oppression is being dealt with by my hand. You do not need to fight this battle. You only need to remain still and watch the salvation of your God. I'm shutting the mouths of the lions just as I did for Daniel. I'm making the furnace of your affliction a place where the fourth man walks with you, rendering the fire harmless. The power of the enemy in your life is being broken, shattered like glass against the stone of my word. Be at peace, my precious one. The noise of the conflict is being replaced by the song of my deliverance. The people who tried to block your path are being moved aside by my sovereign will. Some will be removed from your life entirely, while others will be transformed by the fear of the God they see in you. Either way, they will no longer have the power to hinder your progress. I am closing the chapter of your life where you were the victim and opening the chapter where you are the victor. Your scars are becoming your credentials of authority. Stand tall and breathe deeply, for the atmosphere of your life has been purified. The judgment is set, the verdict is in your favor, and the execution of my promise has already begun. The enemy is near, but only to witness the greatness of your God as I lift you up above the reach of every storm. It is done, and the peace I give you now is a peace that no man can ever take away. My beloved child, the courtroom of heaven has reached a final verdict regarding the thefts you have suffered. For years you have watched as the enemy slowly chipped away at your life, stealing your time, your resources, your health, and your peace. You felt as though there was a hole in your pocket, where no matter how hard you worked or how much you saved, the abundance always seemed to slip through your fingers. You have mourned the years that were wasted in toxic relationships or dead-end jobs. But I am here to tell you that in my kingdom nothing is ever truly lost. It is only held in reserve for a divine multiplication. The spiritual law of restoration is now being activated over your life. Because the thief has been caught in his attempt to destroy a chosen one, he is now commanded by my decree to pay back sevenfold what he has stolen. I'm not just bringing you back to where you were before the trouble started. I'm bringing you into a season of sevenfold increase that will make your past losses look insignificant. Every tear you cried is being converted into a currency of favor that is being deposited into your spiritual account right now. I am speaking directly to your financial dry places. I have seen the nights you sat at your table, staring at bills and wondering if you would ever break free from the cycle of just enough. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I'm opening the windows of heaven over your house. Restoration is coming in the form of unexpected provision, divine ideas that create wealth, and the cancellation of debts that have felt like chains around your neck. You will see a supernatural return on seeds you planted years ago and thought had died in the soil. I am bringing back the opportunities that were stolen by the jealousy of others. I'm aligning you with people who have the power to open doors that no man can shut. You will not just have enough to survive. You will have an overflow to be a blessing to others. This financial shift is not a dream. It is the manifestation of the wealth of the wicked being transferred into the hands of the righteous. Prepare your heart to handle the weight of this abundance, for I am making you a steward of my resources on this earth. But my restoration goes far deeper than your bank account. I'm restoring your physical strength and your emotional wholeness. I have seen the toll that stress and spiritual warfare have taken on your body. I am breathing my healing life into your cells, renewing your youth like the eagles. The chronic pain, the exhaustion, and the sleeplessness are being replaced by a supernatural vitality. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten. The time you thought was lost while you were in the wilderness is being compressed. I am going to make you more productive in the next 12 months than most people are in a decade. I'm also restoring your capacity for joy. I'm removing the scar tissue from your heart left by betrayals and abandonment. I am bringing into your life divine covenants, people who will love you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. These new relationships will be so pure and so supportive that they will wash away the memory of the loneliness you endured in the hidden season. This sevenfold restoration is the sign that the battle you just fought was for a high prize. The enemy only fights that hard when he knows the breakthrough is massive. You have passed the test of discouragement. You stayed faithful when you had every reason to walk away, and now you're about to see the reward for your endurance. Everything that was taken from you in the dark is coming back to you in the light, and it will be better, stronger, and more beautiful than it was before. I am the God of the turnaround. I am turning your not enough into more than enough. I am turning your never into now. You're entering a season where the harvest will overtake the reaper. Do not look back at what you lost with regret. Look forward with anticipation. The restoration has begun, and it will not stop until every area of your life is overflowing with my goodness. Type, I receive my sevenfold restoration in the comments to claim this promise in the physical realm. This is your moment of divine compensation, and I am the one who is making sure you are paid in full. Wait for the sudden movements I'm about to make. You will see signs of this restoration in small ways. First a phone call, an unexpected check, a sudden feeling of peace, and then the floodgates will open. I'm doing this so that you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that I am the Lord your God, and that I have never left your side. Your story does not end in lack. It ends in a legacy of abundance. Your family will see the change in you and wonder how it happened, and you will tell them of the goodness of the God who restores. The thief is fleeing and the king is reigning. Receive the multiplication of my grace. Your season of lack is officially over, and your season of sevenfold has arrived. Walk in this truth, breathe in this promise, and prepare to be amazed by what I am doing in your midst. The restoration is not a possibility. It is your new reality. My precious child, lean in and listen to the rhythm of my heart, for the season of your waiting is colliding with the moment of my manifesting. I'm speaking a word of immediate urgency into your spirit. Within the next 24 hours, a spiritual shift will occur in the atmosphere of your life that will manifest in the physical realm as a divine opening. For too long, you have been knocking on doors that seemed bolted from the inside, and you have stood before walls that looked impassable. But I am the one who holds the key of David. What I open, no man can shut, and what I shut, no man can open. This is not a distant promise for a far-off future. It is a now word for your current situation. I'm moving people, shifting circumstances, and rearranging the very fabric of your reality to accommodate the breakthrough I have decreed for you. You have endured the night of weeping, and now the morning of your visitation has arrived. Do not let the familiar spirit of delay convince you that this is just another day. This is the day that I have made for your deliverance. Watch closely for the signs I'm about to send you, for they will be the footprints of my grace walking toward your house. In the coming hours, pay attention to the phone call that comes out of the blue, the email that finally brings the answer you've been seeking, or the sudden resolution of a conflict that has plagued you for months. I am even moving in the hearts of strangers to show you favor. You may receive a message from someone you haven't spoken to in years, or a small unexpected financial provision may find its way to you, a token of my goodness to let you know that the floodgates are starting to creak open. These are not coincidences. They are my kisses from heaven, confirming that I am working behind the scenes. Be sensitive to the whispers of my spirit. If you feel a sudden nudge to go somewhere, to call someone, or to simply be still and pray, follow that lead. Your obedience in the small prompts of the next few hours will be the key that turns the lock of the great door standing before you. I know the enemy sees the light of this opening door, and he is frantically trying to stir up a cloud of dust to distract you. He may try to bring a sudden argument, a technical glitch, or a wave of old anxiety to make you lose your focus. But hear my decree over your life. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Read it in your spirit until it vibrates in your bones. They may fashion the weapon, they may sharpen the blade, and they may aim it at your heart, but it will lose its power the moment it enters your atmosphere. I have made you fireproof and arrow-proof. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I will show to be in the wrong. You are covered by the blood, and you are shielded by my word. The enemy's last-ditch effort to keep you from this door is a sign that he knows he has already lost the battle. Do not give him your attention. Keep your eyes fixed on the light that is streaming through the crack of the door I am opening. The weapon will fall, the enemy will flee, and you will walk through into your wealthy place. This door is not just a temporary escape. It is an entrance into a new dimension of your destiny. It is a door of career advancement where your talents will finally be recognized. It is a door of relational healing where the bitterness of the past is washed away. It is a door of financial freedom where the cycle of lack is permanently broken. I am doing a quick work in you. You have been in the waiting room long enough, and you have learned the lessons of the hidden season. Your character has been tempered, your faith has been tested, and you are now ready to handle the weight of the blessing that lies on the other side of this threshold. I am removing the obstacles that have blocked your view. I am leveling the rough places. In the next 24 hours, expect the unexpected. Expect the supernatural. Expect my hand to move in a way that leaves no doubt that I am the Lord your God. Stand at the ready. My chosen one for the handle is turning, and the light of a new day is about to flood your world. Take a breath of anticipation and release the breath of worry. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am never late. You have walked through the fire, and you did not burn. You have walked through the floods, and you did not drown. Now I am calling you to walk through the door of my favor. Your spirit knows this is true. You can feel the electrical charge of destiny in the air. This is the moment where your history meets my mystery. I am crowning your year with my goodness, and your paths will overflow with abundance. Rest tonight in the knowledge that while you sleep, I am perfecting everything that concerns you. When you wake, look for the sign. Look for the opening. The door is before you, the key is in my hand, and the invitation is yours to accept. It is time to step out of the shadows and into the fulfillment of everything I've whispered to your soul in the dark. The door is opening now. My beloved, the storm has not only passed over you, it has passed through you, washing away the remnants of your old self. You are emerging from the furnace of affliction, not just as a survivor, but as a masterpiece of my design. I've watched you endure the winds of betrayal and the rains of loneliness, and I tell you, you are not the same person who entered that dark season. The you that was easily shaken, the you that doubted my voice, and the you that looked for validation in the eyes of man has been consumed by the holy fire of your trials. In its place, I am raising a spirit of iron and a heart of gold. You have been tempered by the heat and sharpened by the friction of your circumstances. You are no longer just a recipient of my grace. You are becoming a distributor of my glory. The very areas where you were the most wounded are becoming the areas where you carry the most authority. I'm turning your testimony into a map for the lost and your scars into the credentials of a leader. You've been trained in the secret place. Now I'm calling you to stand in the light of your new assignment. Your mission is shifting, my chosen one. For a long time, your prayers were focused on your own survival, asking me to keep you from sinking. But now, I am placing a mantle of leadership upon your shoulders. I am making you a lighthouse for those who are still tossing on the waves of the same storms you just conquered. People will be drawn to the peace you carry, not because your life is perfect, but because they can sense the presence of the one who calmed your waves. You are being commissioned to lead your family out of the desert of generational lack and into the promised land of spiritual abundance. You will speak words that break chains off others because you know what it feels like to be bound. You will offer comfort that actually heals because you have been comforted by the great physician himself. I am giving you a voice that will resonate with a new frequency, a frequency of authority that the enemy must obey and the brokenhearted will find refuge in. Your life is no longer about just getting by. It is about bringing my kingdom down to earth and showing others the way to the throne of grace. To match this new mission, I am pouring out a new anointing over your life right now. This is a fresh oil, a divine empowerment that you have never experienced before. It is the anointing of the pioneer, the one who goes first to clear the path for others. You will find that the things that used to intimidate you now seem small. The people who used to make you tremble will now be silenced by the authority you carry. This new power is not for your own ego, but for the dismantling of the works of darkness wherever you go. I am sharpening your spiritual senses so that you can see the traps before they are set and hear my whispers in the midst of the noise. When you speak, my spirit will back your words. When you pray, things will shift in the atmosphere instantly. This is the weight of the chosen one's status. I have vetted you in the fire, and I have found you faithful. Therefore, I am trusting you with the secrets of my heart and the power of my hand. You are being promoted in the spirit realm, and your influence in the physical realm will follow. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of this calling, for I do not give big assignments to small people. If I have called you to it, I have already equipped you for it. The pressure you feel is simply the weight of the glory I am preparing you to carry. You are becoming a pillar in my house, a steady force in a world of chaos. As you step into this new mission, I want you to make a final declaration of your readiness. If you accept this new mantle, if you are ready to be the lighthouse I've called you to be, type "I accept my mission" in the comments right now. Let this be your oath of office in the kingdom of heaven. And as a gesture of your new commitment to spreading this light, like this video and subscribe once more if you haven't already, signaling your willingness to be a permanent vessel for my word. You are not alone in this. I'm with you. My spirit is within you, and my angels are around you. The storm has made you fireproof, and the silence has made you wise. Now go forth in this new power and take the territory I have assigned to you. Your greatest chapters are being written starting today, and the world is waiting for the manifestation of the glory I have placed within you. My child, come into the absolute stillness of my presence and let the frantic rhythm of the world fade into nothingness. Close your eyes and let the weight of your body be supported by the strength of my everlasting arms. We have traveled through the valleys of your pain and the heights of your destiny, and now we stand at the sacred altar of your transition. I want you to take a deep, cleansing breath, drawing in the very breath of life that I am breathing into you at this moment. This is the hour of the seal. I am about to speak over you a divine decree, a spiritual contract written in the light of the throne that will act as an impenetrable mark of protection upon your life, your lineage, and your legacy. Let these words wash over you like a holy rain, saturating the dry places of your spirit and washing away every residue of the battle you have fought. Repeat this declaration within the sanctuary of your heart, or simply let my voice anchor it into your soul. I am hidden in the secret place of the Most High. I am the chosen one, and I carry the fire of the living God that no darkness can extinguish. I decree over you right now that the weapon fashioned for your destruction has lost its edge. I command every assignment of the enemy against your peace, your health, and your household to be cancelled and rendered void in the name of the King of Kings. I speak life into your dry bones and command the marrow of your spirit to be filled with the oil of joy. I release the sevenfold restoration of every minute, every dollar, and every dream that the thief has dared to touch. I declare that the favor of the Lord surrounds you like an unbreakable wall of light, and the legions of heaven are standing guard at every entrance to your life. The blood of the Lamb is your sign, and the destroyer has no choice but to pass you by. I seal your mind with the peace that transcends all human logic, guarding you against the arrows of anxiety and the whispers of doubt. I seal your heart with a divine confidence, knowing that the one who began this good work in you is faithful to complete it. The struggle that defined your yesterday is being swallowed up by the victory of your today. It is finished. Every word of promise I have spoken to you throughout this message is now being locked into the fabric of your reality. I have placed my signet ring upon your spirit, and I have declared that you are property of the kingdom of light. No power in hell, no scheme of man, and no shadow of the past has the authority to reverse what I have just decreed. The chains have not just been loosened, they have been turned to dust. The doors have not just been unlocked, they have been removed from their hinges so that you may walk freely into your wealthy place. As you stand in this new frequency of power, feel the heaviness of the world being replaced by the weight of my glory. You are being draped in a robe of righteousness and crowned with a favor that will make the world wonder. The battle is over, the verdict is final, and the peace I give you is eternal. You are safe, you are whole, you are mine forever. Now, my beloved, it is time to move from hearing to manifesting. Faith is the substance that turns the invisible into the visible, and your declaration is the final spark that activates this spiritual shield in the physical realm. You have stood with me through this revelation, and now I invite you to seal this prophecy with a visible act of spiritual authority. Do not let the enemy steal this moment of alignment. To activate the shield of protection I have described, and to seal this word into your destiny forever, you must not stay silent. Type, "I receive God's shield," in the comments right now. By doing this, you are marking your territory in the spiritual realm and announcing to every principality and power that you belong to the Most High. Let your comment be the final signature on this covenant of grace. As you type these words, feel the shift in the atmosphere around you. The light is breaking through, the shield is locked, and your journey into abundance has officially begun. Receive it now. It is done. My precious child, as this specific message comes to a gentle pause, do not think for a moment that my conversation with you has ended. This is not a goodbye. It is the beginning of a deeper, more intimate dialogue between the Creator and the created. I have much more to show you, many more secrets to whisper into your spirit, and countless paths of prosperity to reveal as you walk in your new authority. You have proven that you can hear my voice amidst the noise of the world, and because you have listened with your heart, I'm going to increase the clarity of my guidance in your life. In the coming days, you will find me everywhere in the beauty of the sunrise, in the words of a stranger, and in the quiet prompts that lead you to the right place at the right time. I am your constant companion, the shepherd of your soul, and I will never leave you to navigate this new season alone. The protection I have placed around you is not temporary. It is an eternal covenant that remains as long as you remain in me. Your life is no longer a series of random events, but a choreographed dance of divine destiny. Tonight, when you lay your head down to rest, and the world finally grows quiet, I am coming to visit you in the sanctuary of your dreams. Do not be surprised if you wake up with a sudden clarity or a solution to a problem that has baffled you for months. I will be teaching you in the night seasons, bypassing the doubts of your conscious mind to speak directly to your subconscious spirit. I will show you the faces of the divine connections I am bringing your way, and I will warn you of the detours to avoid. You are entering a state of perpetual flow where the wisdom of heaven becomes your natural intuition. The enemy is near, but he is powerless to touch the wisdom I am planting within you. Keep your spiritual eyes open and your heart expectant, for the miracles I have spoken of today are already in motion, weaving themselves into the tapestry of your tomorrow. You are a pioneer of light, and your journey into the fullness of my promise has only just begun. I'm removing the limits you have placed on yourself and replacing them with the limitlessness of my spirit. Before you step back into the world, remember that you are part of a royal family of believers, a global community of light that stands together in the face of the shadows. Do not leave this sacred space without sealing your place among us. If you haven't already, take this final moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. This is your digital anchor, your way of ensuring that my messages of hope and power continue to reach you whenever you need them most. Join this family, where the light always wins, and let us grow together in the knowledge of my grace. Share this light with those who are still struggling in the dark, and watch as I multiply the blessing back into your own life. I'm so proud of you, my chosen one. Go forth with your head held high, for I am the God who goes before you, and I am the one who has already secured your glorious future. I love you with an everlasting love, a love that knows no bounds and has no end. Until we speak again in the next glorious message, remember that you are never alone. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Amen.